It seemed to me that the divine light of the Blessed Trinity showed me my own self full of poverty and defects, and severely reprehending me for them, furnished me at the same time with the highest doctrine and salutary directions for a perfect life, and for this purpose God purified and enlightened me anew. I became aware that the Mother of Grace, Most Holy Mary, standing before the throne of the divinity, was interceding and pleading for me. With such assistance, my confidence took new life, and profiting by the clemency of such a mother, I addressed myself to her and spoke to her only these words. My Lady and my refuge, consider as a true mother the poverty of thy slave. It seemed to me as if she heard my prayer, and speaking with the Most High, she said, My Lord, I wish to receive this useless and poor creature in you as a daughter, and adopt her as my own. Truly this was the act of a most liberal and mighty queen. But the Most High answered, My spouse, for such a great favor as this, what does this soul bring in return? She does not deserve it, being a useless and destitute worm, and thankless for our gifts. O wonderful power of the divine word! How shall I describe the effects produced in me by this answer of the All-Powerful? I humbled myself to the depth of my nothingness, and I was filled with the knowledge of the misery of creatures, and of my own ingratitude towards God. My heart sank within me in sorrow for my sins, and in the desire of obtaining the unmerited happiness of being the child of that sovereign. I raised my eyes, full of dread, to the throne of the Most High, and my visage was transported in fear and hope. I turned toward my advocate, and desiring to be admitted as her slave, since I did not merit the title of daughter, I spoke from the bottom of my heart without forming any words, and I heard the great lady say to the Lord, Divine Lord and my God, it is true, this poor creature has nothing to offer to thy justice, but I offer for her the merits and the blood which my most holy Son poured out for her, and with it I present also the dignity of mother of thy only begotten Son, which I received from thy ineffable kindness, all the works which I performed in thy service, in having borne him in my womb and nourished him with the milk of my breast. And above all I offer thee thy own bounty and divinity. I earnestly entreat thee to consider this creature as my adopted daughter and disciple, for whom I will stand security. Under my guidance she will amend her faults and perform her works according to thy pleasure. The Most High, may he be eternally praised for hearing the petition of the great Queen, interceding for the least of his creatures, yielded to these prayers, and immediately, in the joy of my soul, I felt immense effects, such as are impossible to describe. With my whole heart I turned toward all the creatures of heaven and earth, and not being able to contain my exaltation, I invited them to exalt for me and with me the Author of grace. It seemed to me that I addressed them in the following words. O ye inhabitants and courtiers of heaven, and all ye living creatures, formed by the hand of the Most High, behold this marvel of his liberality and mercy, and bless and exalt him for all eternity, since he has raised from the dust the most vile of the universe, and has enriched the most destitute. He has honored the most unworthy, though he is the highest God and the powerful King. And since you, sons of Adam, here see the poorest orphan succored, the greatest sinner pardoned, issue forth from your ignorance, raise yourself from your listlessness, and renew your hope. For if his powerful arm has assisted me, if he has called and forgiven me, all of you can hope for your salvation. And if you wish to assure yourselves of it, seek the protection of the Most Holy Mary. Ask her for her intercession, and you will find her to be the mother of ineffable mercy and clemency.